Hey guys, it's Maddie from Exotic Pet Birds, and we want to do a quick video for you guys. We had a comment on one of our posts that asked, "Hey, if the power goes out, what can we do to make sure our pets stay safe?" And I thought that was a really good question. So here we are with a video to answer it. It was a little too difficult to answer over a comment, but anyway, has this ever happened to you? Oh no, the power is going out. Do you guys like our special effects? Okay. So, if this ever happens to you and your power does go out, there are a few ways that you can ensure that your pets are going to stay safe. We have a little baby budgie with us. This is Milk. For you guys that have not seen our page recently, we have a few new baby budgies. And I figured he'd be our perfect contestant to use in this demo because he's just the sweetest little baby. But anyway, enough about Milk. We have some tools here that would be very helpful in a storm or cold situation. Even if you're moving a bird and it's cold out, this could be some good tips and tricks. So the first and easiest one that I'm going to recommend is find a suitable carrier for your bird. It could be this size or bigger. Maybe you have a big macaw, I don't know. But for the purpose of this video, we're using the small one because this guy does not need anything much bigger than this. So keep in mind that if your power goes out and it's getting cold in your house, you want to make sure to find a small, honestly, it could even be a box. Just make sure it's a small little area that's going to be easy to warm up, easy to heat up, but they still have access to food and water and they're able to move around freely in there. So with that being said, we're going to make it comfy in there for him. This towel might be a little big, but again, this is for demonstration purposes only. So we're going to fold this little guy up and put it in here and make it a little comfortable for Milk. For any of you guys that don't know, I have a little puppy named Milk, and now they're twins. She's white with little speckles on her, and he's white with some little speckles on him. So we have Milk and Milk. All right. Milk is going to go in his new little carrier. And imagine that there's food and water, maybe some treats, a little foot toy. He's got some furnishings in here. We made it comfy for him, right? So for a lack of better demonstration, I don't have real hot hands with me, but it is always good to keep these on hand in the home for people and for our pets. This could also work for some reptiles. So hot hands, very simple. You're going to get one or two of these. You're going to activate them, stick them right under the carrier, just like that. You don't want to put them in the carrier. You don't want the bird to have access to them. You don't want your bird chewing on it. You don't want your bird standing directly on it. You know, all those things can cause injury or harm. So just make sure that it is under the carrier. You can, if you're using a box, use even like a towel and then put it under the towel. You know, make sure there's layers. Use your best judgment. But yeah, we're going to put our hot hands under our carrier, and then we're just going to cover the bird up. So that's the other thing, is making sure that our bird maybe has a little bit. I don't like to cover the whole carrier, but sometimes I'll cover it like this or half of it so we can still peek in and check on our bird, but this will allow some form of insulation. That way our bird is not getting all the heat isn't just escaping out of there. And always use this trick or this tactic with supervision. You don't want to put this all together and just walk away and leave your bird. There is a chance that it can get too warm for them. So just make sure they always have food and water, make sure they're eating and drinking, making sure that they're a comfortable temperature, different things like that. Just make sure your bird's comfortable. Don't just set them up and walk away. This could work, again, I know I've used this trick on bearded dragons in power outages, work with leopard geckos. They require a lot of underbelly heat, ball pythons, things like that. Another really quick and easy, simple trick that you can do with your bird as well to keep your bird warm is just as simple as this. If your bird or pet is able to fit into your shirt or into any of your clothing, maybe a pocket like one of these pockets or your hood, super easy, super simple. Milk is the perfect candidate. He's right here. He's safe. He's warm. We can cuddle together, making sure your pet's warm. Super easy. Very, very easy and effective. Maybe not for a macaw, but for a little parakeet, that could work. Just, of course, always be mindful where your bird is. Make sure you're not gonna squish them. You know, you gotta be very mindful of that. But definitely an easy tactic to keep your bird warm in a pinch. Other options include traveling to somewhere where there is power. While you travel, you can use this tactic by putting the hot hands, even taping the hot hands on the bottom of the carrier, making sure that your car is warm. If you have a gas stove, you can always do some warm water bottles with some hot water, and making sure that there's not too hot. You don't want to boil them, but making sure that there's enough heat there to keep them in a small enclosed area as well. If you don't have hot hands but you have a gas stove, you can always light it and boil some water for them. But there's a couple tricks. Always make sure that for your safety and your pet's safety, if there's anywhere, if you lose power, if you get snowed in, try to have a few of these things on hand. Running water, sometimes that gets shut off, so you know, have some water stacked up, all that good stuff. Well, other than that, I hope this video is helpful. I hope you guys find this useful in some way. If you do have questions, let us know. We would love to answer more. Other than that, I think we're gonna end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay safe and stay warm out there. We'll see you guys later.